Out of it. Yeah, before working with you, I had started to hear the importance of having protein in your diet, but never had any concept of tracking macros and, had done so many different types of ways of losing weight. And I felt really good in the past about how to drop the weight, but, I had different goals for myself this year, and I really wanted to focus on toning and feeling good, but not knowing how to nourish my body in a way that would help me reach those goals, which is what attracted me to working with you. And, from the beginning, just really understanding the process, really appreciated all of the calls and all of the texts. And, what I've learned a lot about myself is how, like, no matter what, preparing my foods, having more ownership, it's given me like a sense of control over what I'm doing. And what I've learned a lot too is, before I started working with you, I was telling you, like, I was talking about cheat meals and good foods and bad foods. But what I've learned is, like, food is food. And, you've got to make good decisions about the food that you choose to have. And it's okay to look forward to going out. And, I told you every time we talked about wins, it was about, choices I made that I was like, I walked away feeling really freaking good about
Yeah.
choices that I made. And, might be up the next day, but within a day or two, I was down. And I just knew I got to keep going. But I was telling my sister that, in the past, sometimes when I've had like a weekend or a vacation, that would be so hard for me to get back on. And then it'd be a month or two before I got back on. But like, I really looked forward to, getting back and going to do my meal prepping and planning and getting excited for, the next phase that we were going to work on together, whether it was just increasing my calorie intake and not seeing the scale increase. That was really helpful. And then also the training, right? Really committing to like my daily step goal and making the space in the gym. Whenever I've worked out in the gym before, I've only done classes or worked with, a personal trainer from the gym, but they didn't really guide me on nutrition. So I never really made progress, and it was kind of scary. So having those videos was really helpful to help build my confidence in there. And when I would tell you, hey, like, I feel like I'm waiting a long time for machines. I feel like, and you would give me ideas about how to navigate the gym. Like, I feel like a pro now. And, last week I was like, let's go with another day because I look forward to going to the gym because I've mastered my time in there. I feel good about the machines. I'm going up in the weights and I'm starting to feel and see the definition, which is what I ultimately was looking for. So, we just got into the fat loss phase, and that was what I was really looking forward to, and was like, I know that I need to stay committed because every week that I stay committed, the closer and closer I'll get to getting to the fat loss phase, which is what I was really looking forward to. So it's taught me a lot. And, it also inspired me to just learn more about, just like the muscle groups and, find out what others might do and ask you for guidance on, what I should be doing to, to help reach my goals. So definitely learned a lot. And I know that I'm forever changed in the way that I look at food, the way that I choose, to feed my body, and also just building consistency around my training. So, just feeling really good overall, everything that I've learned over these last 4 months.
Yeah, dude, that was you literally just you just crushed that. One of the things that I like always am gonna just fist bump to is, and this is one thing that I always try to, and once you're in it, you start to understand what taking that control back means. Like so you had to work hard in your reverse diet phase, right? We increased food. And yes, at first, was it like, do I trust Coach Nick? Like, do I know
Yeah.
what he's doing? And it's like, okay, just you kept doing it and you really, really, really got consistent. And then you started to see that, oh man, food isn't bad. I have control. And so now we've worked your calories, right? So when we talk about reverse dieting, tracking your macros, right? We, what is the highest we got to, Lynette?
2150.
We got to 2150, right? 2,150 calories. And once we got there, you even said, like, okay, it looks like we are ready for a fat loss phase. You like also, when we talk about understanding your body and what we do, you felt that control of like, okay, it's time now. I've worked
Hmm.
really hard. You feel that control. And now we go into the fat loss phase, right? We dropped your calories, and we proof of concept, right? So one thing we talk about, I always like to say proof of concept. You have to see proof of concept to really, results drive consistency, right, Lynette? So
Yeah. Hmm.
when we talk about, like, look at the scale, from our fat loss phase, right? 3 pounds down first week, and more to come, right? And we can
Hmm.
always make changes that, why those changes are being made. That's what's important too, is that you understand why we're making changes, when to make changes, right? You're going to plateau eventually. So that was great. This is like, dude, you tackled on everything there. So that was great. I really wanted to ask you this, right? You're busy, right? So you found what works best for your schedule. What was um so traveling, this is one thing I really wanted to talk about, traveling and enjoying your life. What was your perception around traveling, or having, family in town, or just enjoying the
Yeah.
weekends before we started working together? And what's your perspective on it now?
Oh my goodness, so much. But like I would get in vacation mode, or like, oh, this is gonna happen this weekend. Why do I need to be so disciplined leading up to? Because I'm already gonna, eat all these foods that I don't normally eat on the weekend. But I would be like, I need to be super disciplined going into this, and even like looking ahead at restaurants and choosing the restaurant and already having an idea, eating my protein for the day, knowing if I was gonna have a carb heavy day. It was just being super planful. I had a Fourth of July barbecue, a Memorial Day barbecue, and like we're gonna do it in my house. I know what I'm gonna have there, and things that are yummy and exciting. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna eat grilled chicken. I was like, you know what? I have the extra time. Let me put some effort into what I'm gonna look forward to eating there. So it was just having more control and not throwing it out all out because I'm gonna have one or two meals, and looking forward to getting back into the rhythm, because it does affect you mentally when you feel off of your rhythm, and saying, you know what, I haven't had this in a long time. I'm going to have this, but I can't wait to get back into, the rhythm that I've built over time. So it has completely changed the way that I, look at, going away or celebrating an event and eating out at restaurants. Like it's completely changed the way that I view that and how I prepare. And it's made it more enjoyable. And there have been times where, because I've been so great leading up to the meal, that I actually am not that hungry and I don't force myself to eat too much. I'll take it to go, or I'll say, you know what, I'll have half now and I'll have the half tomorrow. And normally I, go all out, be uncomfortable because I'm like, I'm here with my friends. Let me eat. I also, I love to enjoy casual drinks with friends. But like what I've learned is like, let me see what I'm going to drink from the menu, and I'll have one or two and be fine and just socialize, just enjoy being in people's presence versus just focus on all of these drinks, which just add up needless calories. I'm good with one or two. And so, I've learned to be okay with that.
Yeah, dude, that's great. And once again, like you mentioned, if you wanted more drinks, okay, great. That's like a
Yeah.
decision that you
Hmm.
make, and you're cool with, and this kind of ties me into, okay, your perception on fluctuations. You like, so when we talk about enjoying food, enjoying events, knowing that we might have a fluctuation, right? So what was your perception on the scale before and now? Where are you kind of at now that you kind of
Oh
feel
my goodness.
control?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just knowing that like it's one meal. Like you're not gonna gain 5, 10 pounds over one meal or one day where you're out and about. Because I've definitely had moments where I'm going to an amusement park for the day and I can only bring but so many things that will, that I can keep cool for the day.
Yeah.
And knowing that I'm gonna have to eat some things that I'm not actually looking forward to, but I gotta feed my body. And you know what? I'm gonna see it the next day, but if I stick to my plan, I'm going to shed that in a day or two. So, the rebound has been there, but it's also having the faith and not letting that discourage me, is to know that it's okay to have fluctuations. It'll come back if you stay, consistent and get back onto the plan works. And so, yeah, it's just having faith in it and not letting it deter you from what you know can help you bring success.
Yeah, dude. That's it. That's amazing. And really quick, I do want to mention, like when we first started working, there was this beginning stage where it was like, okay, you know, it was like you there was this it was a learning curve, right? You had to like really get the flow down. So there was, some time, and then you went on vacation. So there was this time of like, okay, a little bit like all over the place. But then, we had to talk. You literally flipped a switch. I started having you send me screenshots of your macros, and
Hmm.
you made it happen. And that's when I saw true transformation and growth from you, is when you actually like you were consistent. And then that allows you to get clarity, right? You see, like, it's like data, right? You're able to see, when you have that consistency, you're able to see actual results and what works and what doesn't. So you were able to test that out. You got consistent, and we're here now, right? So last thing I have for you, Lena, is what is the biggest tip you have for anybody who's watching this video right now, and they're just kind of hesitant, like, hey, does this work? Reverse dieting macros. What was your biggest concern before working together?
Yeah.
What would be your
Yeah.
biggest
I
tip?
mean, is take a chance, right? I definitely took a chance on you. I think, the first couple of conversations we had, I was like, is this going to work? Like, I can't imagine eating that many calories, right? Like the myths that I had in my head, but I knew I needed some professional help. I'd seen what you'd done with others. And I said, all right, I got to give this a chance. I've never tried tracking macros. I've never tried reverse dieting. I've never fueled my body to meet my fitness goals. And, I said, I've got to be patient. And I'm not a patient person in most aspects of my life. And so, I would say, give it a chance, learn something, because it will change your life and it will teach you for the future. So, I know that it was much more than just a short term, plan, which is things that I've done in the past, which got me results in a month. But then I would go back on the bandwagon where I'm like, okay, now I'm up again. And now I have to figure out how I'm going to get back down, and getting my mindset into it. That support was really helpful. And, you holding me accountable every day helped me to build my own self-discipline. And that helped me to the place where we both felt good about, I don't have to share it every day because I know what I need to do. But that's what I needed in that moment, to really build accountability and to understand, all right, because then I started seeing it happening and I was feeling good about it. And so I'm cheering myself on, I'm like, all right, I
Yeah.
got this. It was another good week. I feel really good when I'm sending you my check-ins, and I'm like, I had challenges. I didn't let it set me back. And I definitely was an emotional eater before working with you. And the first thing that I would do is go, okay, you know what? I need to make myself feel good in the moment. But now feeling good, in the moment has a different, meaning. I'm like, I need to go take a walk. I need to go, have my protein bar that I'm really looking forward to, that I normally eat later. I'm going to have it now. So the whole concept of, like, I need to treat myself so I can feel good in this moment feels and looks different.
Yeah, dude. That was amazing. I appreciate you so much for kind of taking some time to talk about your journey, us working together. Because listen, it's scary to take a chance to invest in yourself, because there's so many options out there. It's like, who's gonna, someone sells a program here. This is supposed to guarantee weight loss. But we really, our goal is to create real life change, and do it the right way. Is it take longer than a month? Yes. But this is what taking control back and really making this a lifestyle. Like, Lynette, once we're done, dude, I have 100% confidence that if you needed to really kind of reset, if something happened in life, you could get back to it. And you have the structure right now, you have control over your body. And if you keep this up, right, and this isn't saying, hey, if you're perfect the rest of your life, you're gonna be in control. No, actually, control to us means not being perfect and being okay with that. So really appreciate you, Lynette, just being here, talking about your journey. That hopefully, right, is never ending. Okay. So guys, appreciate Lynette being here. If you want to apply to work with us, it's going to be in the description. Reach new heights, Lynette. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Of course.